In today's video, I'll be showing you how to do a basic oil change on an Infiniti FX-35 from the years 2003 and 2008. For starters, you want to make sure your hood is lifted, obviously. First things first, you want to raise or open your oil fill cap and put that to the side. To show you what we're going to be using today, we're going to have your choice of an oil filter wrench, a 14 mil wrench or socket, whichever you prefer, a peak. The oil we're using is Motormaster, full synthetic, high mileage for import vehicles, running a 5W30, and just a basic quicker state oil filter. This is the QS14612. Just a basic trip to Canadian Tire was able to solve that. So first things we gotta do is get underneath the truck. I'll show you, I got my oil pan ready to go here. This truck does have a minor leak, it looks like. It's not going to be from here. This is actually the oil filter housing coolant line. If you see, it feeds all the way back up to the coolant. So that is not what's leaking here. I believe it's an O-ring somewhere in this housing that has a slow drip, and it's coming in to catch onto this line here. So first things first, if you go a little bit back, here's our drain plug. So we're going to be opening that with a 14 mil wrench. And the other thing we have to do is take our filter off here. With our oil filter wrench on, you just want to go ahead and give it a good crank. We'll go ahead and take the filter off. So while that's draining, you want to take your 14 mil wrench, place it on the drain plug right there, and break that loose. Undo the rest of it by hand, just try not to drop it into the pan there. And let the rest of that drain out. There's no leak from this drain plug or from the O-ring itself, so we're going to go ahead and reuse that. It's going to clean that up once it's finished draining. Put the plug back in. We'll clean this housing up, and while this is draining, I'll show you how to prep the filter. So while we're waiting for the oil to drain, we'll go ahead and place our old filter into that box so we can dispose of it. And then using a clean hand, get a finger soaked in the oil here and just make a good seal with the clean oil. If you take a look at our plug, you'll see there's no issues, there's no metal on there. Everything's clean, it's okay to be reused. Alright, so it looks like this filter housing is pretty much drained and ready to go. So it's going to take a clean cloth, dry this area again, and I'm going to put the new filter on. I'm going to go ahead and take the drain plug and put it back as well. Once it's hand tight, you just want to get the wrench and get it snug. and make sure you don't over tighten this thing. Alright, now that's on, I'm just going to give this thing a quick clean underneath to make sure there's no more oil dripping, and then we'll move up top to refill the oil. Alright, moving up to the top here, just going to make sure I'm place the peak so we can fill the oil. As you can tell from my quality of recording today, I don't have a helper to record, so I'm just going to pause the video, use the oil jug to fill it up, and then I'll start recording again. Alright, once you've placed the oil, go ahead and remove the peak. I'm going to go ahead and place our fill cap, and now you want to start the truck, let it run for about 30 seconds or so, shut it off, wait a minute, and we're going to go ahead and check the oil level. Alright, so this thing's been running for about 20 seconds now. I'll wait a little bit longer and I'll shut it off, and we'll work our way to the front to check the oil level there. We do have to give it some time for the oil to drain back down from the top there. So this is the oil dipstick here. Once enough time has passed by, I'll wait another minute or so, then I'll show you how to check your level to make sure we didn't overfill or underfill. Alright, we're going to try our best to do this one-handed. See the H there for high, it's right on the, I'm not sure if you can see the oil mark there, so we're perfect. The oil capacity for this thing is 5 quarts, which is just under 5 liters, so about 4.9 liters. If you have the full 5-liter jug, you're not going to harm anything by putting the whole thing in here. I'm going to go ahead and pause this so I can put the dipstick back in, but this is just a quick how-to on how to change your oil. If someone had asked me to help them out here, I hope this helps others.